Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our much colder weather window today. As advertised, the cold weather moved in right behind about 1 to 3 inches of snow that fell around the Wenatchee area. Beautiful shot looking down at the Wenatchee Valley, and still some low-hanging clouds into this afternoon around the area and some snow squalls. We did see that around the area as well. And as I mentioned, the cold temperatures are here, and that will continue as we make our way through the rest of the week. Be very careful if you do have some new calves out there. I know some ranchers are calving right now, and it's going to get cold overnight with lows in the single digits. And I'll tell you what, wind chills will definitely be a factor in our Thursday forecast. And we'll have that and more coming up in your north central Washington weather forecast a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. Gaining access to police body cam footage may soon become more expensive for the public unless you're directly involved in the case. A federal judge has dismissed a lawsuit seeking to open up sports betting in the state of Washington beyond tribal-owned casinos. And a rural road above East Wenatchee will shut down for almost 4 months starting on Monday. But first, our top story tonight, a bill to cut on overtime hours for Washington farm workers is dead. Until 2021, farm workers did not qualify for overtime under state law. Under reforms passed that year, farm laborers can currently claim overtime pay after 48 hours in one work week. The bill, chiefly sponsored by 12th District Representative Keith Gaynor, would have allowed farm employers to set aside 12 weeks a year where they would only pay overtime after 50 hours. Neither that House bill nor its Senate companion bill advanced out of committee in time for last week's cutoff to get a floor vote. Next year, the threshold for farm overtime pay will drop to 40 hours. Well, gaining access to police body cam footage may soon become more expensive for the public unless you're directly involved in the case. House Bill 1080 passed the Washington House of Representatives earlier this month, 96-1, with all north central Washington legislators voting yes. The bill would amend the State Public Records Act to pass the cost of redacting police body cam images onto the person requesting that footage. People directly involved in a recorded incident would be exempt from those costs, but their attorneys would not, nor would lawyers seeking to sue police agencies for civil rights violations. Supporters of the bill say it's become too expensive for cities and counties to review and redact the hundreds of requests for footage each year. The legislation now goes to the state Senate. Well, a federal judge has dismissed a lawsuit seeking to open up sports betting in the state of Washington beyond tribal-owned casinos. U.S. District Chief Judge David Estudillo on Tuesday threw out the lawsuit by casino operator Maverick Gaming, which sued to allow internet sports betting from anywhere in the state. Washington Native tribes are allowed to conduct gaming operations under federal and state law, and sports wagering has been legal in those casinos since 2020. Attorney General Bob Ferguson, whose office helped defend the lawsuit, called the judge's decision, quote, a significant victory for tribal sovereignty. Well, a rural road as we go to break above East Wenatchee will shut down for almost 4 months starting on Monday. Sand Canyon Road will be closed from its intersection with Badger Mountain Road all the way to its end. Douglas County transportation officers say the closure will remain in place while Sullen Construction installs a new water main for the East Wenatchee Water District. No motor travel, cycling, or pedestrians will be allowed while the gate is shut, and no detours will be provided. Local landowners will still have access, but only by arrangement with the contractor. The county says the closure should remain in place through mid-June. Well, when we come back, Tuesday night, the Wenatchee School District hosted its first of 3 public forums with the first of 3 candidates for school superintendent. The Chelan County PUD could have 2 anchor tenants as it redevelops its downtown Wenatchee campus. And the city of Wenatchee is holding a groundbreaking ceremony to kick off the Mega Kittrick project. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
At Prestige Senior Living, we celebrate life at every age. From our cognitive and fall reduction programs to our focus on life enrichment and wellness, we help our residents maintain independence while nurturing mind, body, and spirit. Residents also enjoy a wide variety of amenities and services, including restaurant quality dining, housekeeping, a full calendar of events, and so much more. To learn more or to schedule a tour, visit us at prestigecare.com or call the number on your screen. We can't wait to show you around.
Getting ready for the boating season is easy with the help of Bob File Boats and Motors. Now's the time of year to upgrade your boat from a new motor, a bow mount, installing a state-of-the-art GPS fish finder, or just fixing your trailer lights. Make your appointment today. With marine technology changing fast, the service department stays up to date with the newest developments and factory certifications. Spend more time on the water and less time at the shore. Get ready for summer fun now at Bob File Boats and Motors.
Welcome back. In another news, Tuesday night, the Wenatchee School District hosted its first of 3 public forums with the first of 3 candidates for school superintendent. Nicholas Wade, a former administrator with school districts in South Carolina, took moderated questions from district residents. Further town halls are scheduled for 5:30 p.m. Thursday and Monday at the Wenatchee High School Commons with candidate Tavis Peterson and Corey Callahar, respectively.
I think all the decisions come down to what's best for students, because that's really why we're all here. And I think it's really important that you really understand what not just the immediate impact is, but what's the long term. Whether you're making financial decisions or you're talking about bringing in a new program, it should always be motivated about that we're really to do this in the best service of them. Is this really what's going to serve them well? Whether it's about a unique learning opportunity or providing some enrichment or some new type of activity, but it's something that's actually going to be meaningful towards them. And I think that's always the guiding principle. I would like to think any educator wouldn't say that they're doing something just because or because of a particular interest. It's always there to be like, this is here to serve them. That's why we're actually here, and we hope it's going to serve them well as we actually do.
The Chelan County PUD could have 2 anchor tenants as it redevelops its downtown Wenatchee campus. The potential inhabitants are the Wenatchee Valley YMCA and Music Theater of Wenatchee. PUD commissioners voted Tuesday to negotiate sales of parts of the 5th Street property to those 2 nonprofits. The PUD will move out of its 5th Street headquarters later this year for its new service center in Old Station and is seeking ways to market and redevelop the downtown campus. Music Theater already has a footprint there in the Riverside Playhouse, while the YMCA wants to move its operations to 5th Street. PUD Commissioner Steve McKenna called the decision, quote, a big step in providing another improvement to the community. Well, the city of Wenatchee is holding a groundbreaking ceremony to kick off the Mega Kittrick project. Mega Kittrick combines several smaller projects around McKittrick Street, North Wenatchee Avenue, and North Columbia Street. The total cost of construction is $6.5 million. The event will take place on Tuesday, March 7th from 10:30 to 11 a.m. There will be parking available near Smitty's Pancake House for those interested in attending. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can just lifetime warranty.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Luke Bird, a graduating senior from Wenatchee, is an avid hiker. He's led a statewide project aimed at increasing visitor awareness of the history and land use of Washington's national parks, giving presentations to community groups across the state. As a part of his project, he's collected nearly $15,000 in donations, which he personally delivered to Washington's National Park Fund CEO, Lori Ward. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE News caught up with Luke to tell us more about his project.
Ever since I've been young, I've enjoyed hiking all across Washington State, as well as I'm a member of the Chickasaw Nation, so I have that cultural tie to respecting our lands and taking care of our lands. And when I was in Mount Rainier National Park, I saw people walking off trails, feeding animals, and generally not following park etiquette. So I decided to start a project focusing on the national parks and making sure people knew some of the problems that the national park were having, as well as following park etiquette. So I talked about the history of the national parks. Then I moved into kind of why they need funding and some fun facts about the parks. And as well as I touched on park etiquette, not walking off the trail, not feeding the animals, and not taking dogs off trails. Because the national parks have seen an increase in visitation, they should have an increase in income, but it actually has remained the same. And as also the visitation increases, there's been a decrease in park rangers to educate visitors and stop harmful actions. It meant a lot to me just having the process of gaining the money, as well as presenting just all the work that went into the project, and being able to hand over the check was very amazing. So I would encourage people to take care of their parks, and because it's not just the government's parks, it's everyone's, and everyone's responsibility to care for the land, not just the government's. So I would make sure if you visit the parks, and you should visit the parks, to make sure you're following the rules and just research up on the national parks because they have amazing histories.
Let's take a look now at your North Central Washington weather forecast, and boy, what a difference a day makes, right? This is a shot looking at Wenatchee from our Badger Mountain Sky-Fi Tower camera, and this wasn't this morning. This was this afternoon. We had various snow squalls move through the area after picking up about 1 to 3 inches of snow. That's a general the amount that we picked up of snow over the 24-hour period. So Weather Service right on the money for that. And why are we seeing all this cold air? Well, an area of low pressure is right over the state. This is Wenatchee. It's blocking high pressure from moving onshore. And then at the same time, a very cold area of low pressure is sending that cold air from the northeast into Washington state. And that will be our trend as we make through the next couple of days. And we are going to get very cold, folks. Once again, protect those newborn livestock out there. A lot of folks calving this time of year. High temperatures only in the teens to mid 20s, and we are talking lows in the teens and single digits. Below zero rather for Thursday and Friday, and we're talking some wind tomorrow, so we are going to see some very cold wind chills Thursday into Thursday night, and once again for Friday morning. We'll get more specific here coming up in a little bit, but today's high 20 degrees, cooler than our 47 yesterday, 27 unofficially today, well below 44, which is our normal high for this time of year. Our record, boy, it sounds good right now, doesn't it? 63, and that was set back in 2002. We dropped down to 25 for an overnight low, so you can see our warm-up wasn't much of a warm-up at all today, 2 degrees. 29 is our normal low, and 14 is our record, and that was set back in 2018. We did pick up over a 1/4 inch of precipitation last night, 27 hundredths to be exact. That now gets us just shy of 1 3/4 for the year. Also, 2 more inches of snow, so that adds to our total, and that brings that now to just under 40 inches for the season at 39.5. Sunrise this morning, 6:54, and the sun sets at 5:35. Taking a look at what we can expect for Thursday, and it's going to be a bundle up, get that fire started kind of day tomorrow. Temperatures in the low 20s in the Columbia Basin, 22s for Ephrata and Moses Lake, 21 for Quincy, and even cooler then as we move west. Ellensburg and Wenatchee at 20, lots of 20s up the Highway 97 corridor into Omak as well, and then some teens for highs as we get into our upper elevations. Taking a look at what we can expect tonight, breezy conditions. There's that area of low pressure that's blocking that high that's sitting right over southwestern Washington. That'll bring us some breezy conditions tonight, so wind chills will be cold tonight with lows dropping down to 9 degrees. For our Thursday, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, still cold as our low continues to slowly slide to the south with those breezes tomorrow, cold wind chills. Look at this cold air right in the middle of the country. These all below zero temperatures, so we're all feeling some effects of this cold Arctic air. For Friday, sunshine will be back. That'll be nice, but we're going to stay on the cold side at least for one more day. High temperatures on Friday still only into the low 20s, well below where we should be for this time of year. And then things begin to moderate as we get into the weekend. Mostly sunny on Saturday and warmer. We'll see highs into the low 30s. A lot of that blue beginning to erode away from the western U.S. By Sunday, partly cloudy skies. Low pressure very close to high pressure, and that's going to kick up some breezy conditions on Sunday. But heck, who cares? Our high temperatures are going to warm up into the upper 30s. That will feel nice, won't it? And then kicking off our next work week, here's our next weather maker just off the western coast of Washington. Mostly cloudy, a 50% chance of snow, and that'll be right through central Washington on Monday. High temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. And then looking at the end of our forecast, better weather on Tuesday. Partly cloudy and a little bit warmer. This area of low pressure begins to lose lose some of its punch and just some scattered clouds around the west, and it will stay decent as far as temperatures with highs on Tuesday, again into the upper 30s. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast, and it's brought to you by Apple Valley Honda. And tonight we will drop down, yeah, that's right, 9 degrees for an overnight low. And remember, with some breezy conditions, we're talking wind chills below 0 overnight tonight. Not going to warm up much for Thursday either. Mostly cloudy, still a little bit breezy. So we're talking wind chills during the day, probably in the single digits for us in the Wenatchee area. Low temperatures Thursday night of 5 degrees. We'll warm up, if you can call it that, on Friday with sunshine to about 23. And then as we get into the upcoming weekend, mostly sunny and warmer, 31 for Saturday. Partly cloudy, some windy conditions on Sunday and 39. Basically, that's ushering in our next storm system, which will happen on Monday. Mostly cloudy, a 50% chance of rain, maybe some rain snow mix, 37 for the temperature. And on Tuesday, partly cloudy and warmer with high temperatures then near 40. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Spring is more than just a time to clean. It's your time to renew, recharge, and spend time with the people you love. At Merry Maids, our cleaning services go beyond the basic services and provide you with a comprehensive clean that will re-energize your home and enhance your life. From everyday routine cleaning or deep cleanings, Merry Maids professional team members can provide you with an unrivaled experience. Call Merry Maids to schedule your cleaning today.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
Happy Wednesday, sports fans. With the winter sports season pretty much in the books, just the state playoffs, it's time to hand out the hardware. Wenatchee High School will do the honors today. Eastmont will do you tomorrow. Here are the Columbia Basin Big Nine All-League selections nominated by the coaches, but the coaches can't vote for their own athletes. And congratulations to Evan Burdan, of course, who won the state championship as a wrestler. He is a first-team All-Big Nine as a senior, and junior Jack Flugie, also named first-team All-Big Nine. Second team in wrestling, the 152-pound senior Trenton Miller, also Joseph Skyleman, the junior 160 pounds, an honorable mention. In Big Nine wrestling from Wenatchee High School, Bryant Worthington, a 138-pound senior. As far as bowling is concerned, of course, the Wenatchee girls finished fourth in the state. Ava Porter, the bowler of the year. Jeremy Anders, co-coach of the year, alongside the coach of Eastmont and Eisenhower. First team All-League bowling from Wenatchee High School, Charlene Campbell. Second team, Sophia Johnson, and honorable mention, Hope Stringham. As far as boys basketball is concerned, you'll see the name Rivers Cook a lot. He was a second team honoree. He also won defense honorable mention and the sportsmanship award. Each team gets one player for the sportsmanship award. As far as the girls basketball team is concerned, Marin Stuber, the sophomore, honorable mention. Defensive honorable mention goes to Riley Jones, just the freshman. And the sportsmanship award out of Wenatchee High School's girls basketball team Gabby Volan. And boys swimming sweeps the major honors. Congratulations to Austin Elwin. He is the swimmer of the year. Ben Sagerster, the diver of the year. And the first teamers include, in the 100-yard intermediate butterfly, Cody Westra, Austin Elwin in the 50-yard freestyle and the 100-yard butterfly, Aiden Grigsby in the 100-yard freestyle and the 100-yard backstroke. The 200-yard medley relay first teamers, Ben Madsen, Cody Westra, Austin Elwin, and Aiden Grigsby. And in the 400-yard freestyle, again, first team all-league, Austin Elwin, Aiden Grigsby, Nate Carmack, and Ben Madsen. Second teamers include Nathan Carmack in the 500-yard freestyle and the 200-yard freestyle, Ben Madsen, second team in the 1-yard backstroke and the 50-yard freestyle, Ben Sagerster in the 1-meter diving. In the 200-yard freestyle relay, the team of Cody Westra, Jonas Malone, Hayden Riley, and Nate McCormack. Second team, and earning honorable mention for the boys swimming, Jonas Malone in the 100-yard freestyle, Dylan Moore in the 100-yard backstroke, Cody Westra in the 100-yard backstroke, and Hayden Riley in the 100-yard butterfly. And again, Eastmont High School, we'll let you know who's taking home hardware on tomorrow's edition of sports. And the Seattle Mariners had their very first full squad workout on Tuesday. Their first Cactus League game is this Saturday, and here's a little tease for you. Of course, the Mariners ended their 21-year postseason drought by making it to the playoffs last year. This year, they're hoping to go even deeper into the postseason. Again, their first spring training game is this Saturday. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Wednesday. Grant, back to you.
Dan, looking forward to baseball just like you are. And before I let you go tonight, one more quick look at your 7-day forecast because, yes, it's cold now. We're going to stay that way on Thursday and Friday. Overnight lows in the single numbers, 23 on Friday, 10 the overnight low. And then our temperatures begin to moderate as we get into the upcoming weekend. Sunshine and 31 Saturday. Some clouds and breezy conditions Sunday, but warmer, 39 degrees before some snow moves back in on Monday. I think it'll be mainly snow, 50% chance of that. 37 are high on Monday, and by the time we get into early next week, things will quiet down. Tuesday, partly cloudy and warmer with high temperatures near 40 degrees. And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us. Stay warm out there and have a great night.
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCWLIFE channel.